Hi, Rhys Atkinson here from Eclipse Golf. I'm here with Ollie, who I think some of you will recognise, in the Golf Swing Systems studio. Today we're going to focus a little bit on putting, specifically the Capto putting technology. Ollie's going to be our student today, and we're going to talk to you about all the data that it can produce. We're not going to go into every single element. We're going to talk to you about, if you're a pro watching this, we're going to talk to you about how it might improve your coaching elements, but also how to fit with it as well. If you are a golfer, we're going to talk to you about how that extra data can supplement your practice and really help you hold a few more putts on the green. So why don't we start with you hitting a few putts? So maybe I should talk to you a little bit about what Capto is. From a data capture point of view, we're looking at this gadget that's on the putter itself here. You have to calibrate it, all right? So it's basically a very simple screw on, which we've done already. We've calibrated it. That involves measuring the distance from where the putter is, or the head is, up to where the bottom of the position is. And there's several ways of calibrating it, all very, very simple, all very intuitive, very, very quick. So this now understands time and space, and it will be able to monitor and capture everything that Ollie's doing from a putting point of view. We're going to be using it in free mode, which basically means we're not going to have a calibrated target. So what we're going to be able to see is how much change there is from start to actual impact, and we can draw some conclusions from that. So I'm going to have to ask you to miss a few, all right? So don't hold everything. But sure, go ahead, all right? Maybe we start on the top right hole.
Yep.
All right? So what this is doing, I'm going to step down here so I get out of your way, is, so without actually telling the Capto what the target is, go ahead and hit a few putts, Ollie. I'll just keep talking. So this is a fairly straight putt. What the Capto is going to do is actually going to measure, it understands where you started from, and then it'll measure the change that you've actually made. So before we start to go into the details of what it's giving us, information-wise, talk to me a little bit about your putting. You talk to me a lot about your putting, don't you?
Especially
one
I do
particular
indeed.
putter that you love.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. My putting has always been not the best, chopping and changing between different putters. I've always thought it was down to the putter. It's actually not. It should be down to the stroke. So this obviously should help.
Yeah.
Especially me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always either hitting it too far, leaving it too short, pushing it, putting it. I can never get.
You've got everything going on.
I've got everything.
So there's a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty.
Absolutely.
So what we'll do is we'll look at what's going on.
Yep.
Then we'll talk about maybe what technically could be changed, or what we'd look at from a technical point of view. And then we'll also look at how you might actually change the putter itself in terms of, you know, make the putter suit you.
Yeah.
Because there's different styles. There's no one size fits all in terms of technique or putter. So it'll be really interesting. Is it how close is this putter? This is an even roll ERV8, a slightly older model of their product line. But how does this set up compared to what you normally have?
Similar, to be honest. I've got the sort of similar shape to that, but I've got the different neck.
Plumber's neck.
I've got the double bend neck.
Double bend neck. Okay,
so
right.
Face balance.
So face balance.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Cool. So all these have missed to the right.
Yep.
Okay. With that, and you say you miss everywhere, right?
Yeah, mainly to the right, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah, I can miss everywhere.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the technology, what it's picking up. All right. So you've got quite a complicated dashboard up here, lots of data. If I'm working with you, we wouldn't have all this up all the time, but I think we're going to go into one thing at a time. So the first thing we're going to look at is face, and we'll look at specifically at face change. All right. So if I'm going to bring that up as a simple graphic, and we'll see actually what happens. What you're seeing on there is essentially 12 different parameters that can be measured. When we're fitting or when we're teaching, we're going to establish with the player, once we've watched you hit a few putts like I've just done now really, we can establish what are the key areas to look at. And best thing is to simplify it and go for one or two things. So you can change all this. The Capto software itself is very flexible in terms of making it display as it's appropriate for you and for me. So you've got your traffic light system there. That refers to what would be an ideal stroke, and you can set it to beginner, intermediate, and expert. Gone intermediate, so green would be relevant to someone who's an intermediate kind of stage of their putting.
Okay.
Red, of course, is outside of that, and then you've got amber, which is close but a little bit outside.
Yep.
So if we're looking at the face, the top left-hand one there, if I go into, this is the lab mode, I'm going to go into value, and I've already got it set up here. So it's just literally one element, all right? Face change. So when you set up to it, once you get to the address position, you've got a display on the Capto here, which you can see it will go green to say it's ready to receive the putt. Make sense? So when you're ready, go yourself, aim at the top right-hand hole there, and then just go ahead and make a stroke. Excellent. So it's gone green. It's now thinking about it. And you saw that, I don't know if you saw it, it went from plus 0.6 to plus 0.2.
Yep.
So you're obviously getting used to this putt, which is why I actually like to do this in free mode, because we can then say, okay, Ollie, now change to the left-hand hole, which you're not quite so used to, which is great. So rather than just going for one hole at a time, we don't have to get kind of like tuned into that. So what that tells us there, that is you've aimed right. Now, I actually wasn't watching. Did it actually fall in on the right-hand side? Did it go
Just
centre?
on the right-hand side, I think.
Fell in the right-hand side, okay. So do me a favour. Let's push one out a little bit for us. So hit another putt.
So I'm just pushing it out to the right.
Yeah, just maybe aim a little bit to the right-hand side, but still try and...
Okay.
Sorry, Ollie, start again. Aim right.
Yep.
But try and hold it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm assuming there, what you try to do is close the face a little bit.
Yes, I tried to.
Okay. So now what you've got there, the face changed. So where I asked you to aim right.
Yep.
But you tried to correct that by closing the face.
Yeah.
That's what that's told us.
Right.
It still missed right, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
So it's minus 2.3. So you hit it in a closed position from where you were aiming. It still missed right. So we know you're aiming too far right. So that straight away, we can draw from that. We can see that your aiming is slightly out. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does indeed.
Go ahead and hit another one for me. And then let's do it the other way around. Let's go aim left.
Yep.
But once again, try and hold it. Okay. Cool. Did that miss left?
Missed right.
That missed right. So you
overdid it.
You overdid it that time, which is cool, right? So we've got a plus 6.9. It's in red, so it says it's outside the parameters that would be acceptable. But this is where you start to look at this. If that's what you were doing, and it could, or what we did earlier, right? So aiming left and pulling it in or rotating the face quickly, that is an aiming issue, because your closing of the face or your opening the face is down to the fact you intuitively know you miss left or right. So you're trying to manipulate it. So that becomes an aiming issue. So then we might correct that. We might draw your attention to the fact you're not aiming in the right way. We might bring out a laser to show, so you can visually see it, give some emphasis to what we're saying, so you can see it for yourself. So we can correct that, and that might be alignment. It might be, we might talk about strength of eye, which is your strongest eye. How do you set up to it? We also might, from a fitting perspective, we might choose a putter with different alignment aids, all right? So you've got one here, it's a mallet. We've got a single line on it, we've got 2 dots at the top. You might have another mallet version here, which might be like 3 dots. You've got alignment, this is the Scotty Cameron Phantom 7.5. Got alignment aids here, which are very good for if it's pointing offline. That's gonna allow us to, allow you to see whether you're aiming in the right direction or not. It's also got quite some, once again, this is just one putter that I'm pulled out here just by chance. So it's also got alignment cues here, which allow you to see whether the ball is centered, and also alignment cues on the angles on the face itself, or just to the side of the face, which give you a target to aim for. So we could be looking at things like this to actually help you aim better. The other thing, I mean, you drew attention to it earlier, you've got a single bend, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you've got a putter, something similar. Once again, this is something like that. So that's face balanced. But that also has a more vertical entry. So you might stand more over the ball with this putter compared to this one, which is your short slant or a jet neck, which effectively will allow the putter or the shaft itself will actually sit a little bit flatter. So that might encourage more rotation. All right. So if we feel like we want to stand a bit more over it or a bit more further away from it, from a tuition point of view, we might give you a putter that actually helps you do that. Make sense? And that could be as simple as something as neck. Good. So that is face change. It's great because, like I say, let's do another one now. Go to the left-hand hole and try and hold it. All right. Don't try and manipulate anything here. Hit your perfect putt if you can. Missed it left.
Missed it left.
Okay, so the first few shots on this hole, you missed it right. So once again, it's that whole thing about being outdoors, reading a green properly, picking your line. So you had 0 face changed.
Yep.
So you thought you were aiming on target. It's a straight putt.
Yep.
You missed it left, so your aiming is left.
Okay.
All right. So you might have, what we might have seen, if anything, was if you hadn't realised you were, or if you had realised you were aiming slightly to the left, intuitively, you might then open the face up. Okay. So you're either responding to it or you're not responding to it. But anyway, that's what we're going to work out. So this is just a really simple feature. It's something you can focus on, and that might be the focus of any lesson, or it might be a focus of a fitting where we're trying to actually really help someone align themselves better. Yeah, and hopefully help them in that way. All right.
Amazing. Yeah.
Any questions?
Cool. No, it's just nice to see the numbers up there. Actually, like I say, if you're aiming right and trying to manipulate it, it's going to go this way or that way. So it's easy thing to.
It's quite cool as well, because like you can muck around with it a little bit, can't you? So you can test your parameters and start to understand what you're doing, because we don't always realise that. Cool. Let's go to the next one. So if we go to lab again, next one up there is loft. Okay. So loft is literally how the putter head is being presented in terms of the amount of loft. So you've got the loft on the putter. You've also got how much loft you're applying to it during your stroke. So if we now change that, what we would do on the Capto software, we go into value, we'll go into selection, we'll take face change off, and we'll go to, I'll put all 3 on here this time. So I'll go loft start, loft impact, and loft change. So you've got 3 parameters there, and there they are. Okay, so we're going to see where you started. So do you present, so this has got 1.9 degrees of loft on it.
Right, okay.
I think. And we're going to see what you do at impact, and therefore we'll see whether you're de-lofting or increasing loft, which is the 3rd number, which is the loft change. All right. So you got any idea what you do?
No, not
right?
a clue.
Let's have a go. Let's go back to the top right one again. I'll have to go collect some balls in a minute.
Yep.
So this is loft. So this is like how you present it coupled with the loft of the putter itself.
Hey, got
the hang of this one.
I know.
Okay, so we've got loft start at 2 degrees. So you're presenting it with loft a little bit, tiny little bit more than was actually measured on it.
Okay.
Loft impact was greater.
Yep.
So it's plus 2.7. So you've increased the loft a little bit, and so therefore it just does the math for you. So plus 0.7 turns of change. Now I might look at that and think, so what's happened there? So why? That's, I mean, it's all in green.
Yep.
All right. Don't get your head too big, because it's intermediate. All right. But if I go back to lab for a second, I might think, oh, I wonder what you're doing from an arc point of view. So arc is whether you're hitting down into it or up into it. So that all looked pretty good, right? So we'll do a quick mucking around with it in a second. But you can see on the arc, which is the 2nd row down and 2nd from the left, you've got a plus 1.9 on the up.
Okay. So
we can, there's going to be that involved as well. There's going to be, are you manipulating it with your hands? Is there an upward strike or is there a downward strike? And there's a lot of the putter. So there's a few variables to try and work out. And what's cool about this is we could just chat about it. We can see what you're trying to do mentally, what you've been told to do, whether that suits, what sort of greens you're putting on. Because if you've got longer grass or shorter grass, then the amount of loft you have on the putter might influence how you putt. Because if you've got longer grass, you might stroke it more on the up to try and get it up and rolling.
Yep.
So there's all these things to try and consider, which is really cool. So do you want to have a little play around with this one?
Yeah.
Let's grab a few more balls. I'll bring up the filter again. So this time, why don't you set up to it de-lofted?
Okay.
All right. So set up to it in what you feel is like a de-lofted position, but try and roll it nicely.
Okay.
So this would be you might call this a forward press, right? So forward press it. Take the loft off it, see how you go.
Is it quite hard?
It's funny, isn't it? It's funny how that, not allowed to do that. It's funny how you respond to something where you feel a bit aggressive. It's like you want to hit it, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's strange.
Exactly, yeah.
So your loft start was minus 0.5. It's suggesting that's a little bit too much forward press or de-lofted, because you need loft to kind of get the ball up onto the grass and get it rolling, as we know. So your loft impact was minus 0.2, so instinctively you knew you wanted to kind of not go quite as de-lofted. but your loft change, which is what we're always striving to do, is minimal. If we can minimize the change, it means there's less to go wrong. So when we're looking at your technique, we're thinking, right, what do we want to do technique-wise? And then let me build a putter for you that's going to suit that technique and allow you to be as consistent as possible. So we can minimize change, but maybe get you starting and where you start and where you impact it, much more similar to where they started.
Okay.
All right. So that relates to roll. Once again, we can look at technique, we look at putter again. So that might be as simple as, you've got a loft and lie machine over there. So if we're in session and you've got your own putter with you, we can get your putter and say, let's just add a little bit of loft to it, because it might not, you might not need a new putter, you might just need an adjustment to it.
Yeah.
So we can do all that on the, that's a digital loft and lie from Golf Mechanics. We can pop it in, tighten it up, bend it. It's quite good fun.
Fantastic.
All right.
Yep.
Any questions on loft?
Don't think so, no.
Yeah. So from a whether you're teaching with it, whether you're fitting with it, whether you're a golfer practicing with this device, there's an awful lot to be had from it. Really intuitive, very quick. One thing I haven't said yet is on the display that you could see, or you will be able to see, you can set the display, whatever you want to see on. You get like three graphic elements onto it. So you can then see straight away, you can putt and then just look at the display itself, rather than maybe even having to come up to the iPad and so forth. Good. All right, let's go to the next one. So we're going to lab, and now we'll look at lie angle. This is always the confusing one for me, because I always think of lie angle, so upright would be a toe up position, but Capto's talking about shaft.
Yep.
So that would be a flatter position. So I have to reverse the numbers in my head. So I'll probably get this wrong, but there we go. Right, so lie angle, here we go. So let's look at value. Change the selection. We'll go 3 again. We'll go lie start, lie impact, and lie change. We'll confirm. All right.
Cool.
Any ideas what you do here? Low hands, high hands? What do you reckon?
Either or. Right.
You look pretty good to me, actually.
Straight in the middle.
Nice. Oh, almost all green. So lie start was suggesting, so mine is going to be, it's going to be this direction. So toe, I've buggered that up, haven't I? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
Yay, got it right. So it was basically lie, so shaft this way and toe up that way. So it's a shaft flattening. Yeah. So that registers as a good position to be in, not 2 hands low, not 2 hands high. Lie impact, you went lower. Okay. So your hands got lower through impact, only half degree, so we're not being too fussy. So therefore your lie change was half degree. So let's start really high hands this time. Okay, or much higher hands, just push them up a little bit. So it's a more upright position. Now what this might do from a technical point of view, that might minimize, that might encourage the putter to move back on a slightly more straight back, straight through arc. Okay. Whereas if you go low now, shaft flattens, that might encourage more into out. All right, so it might not everyone's the same. Okay. But go high hands, let's see what happens. Pretty nice strike. Cool, missed slightly left. So we pushed the hands high. Wow. So we've got a plus figure now, both in red. Didn't change an awful lot, so your change amount was good. So you kind of held that position quite nicely. Yep. Okay, let's go the other way. Not a bad putt, actually, quite nicely struck. How did you feel with that?
Actually felt right.
Did it? Yes.
felt different, but
now go
nice.
Really low. So real go on. Drop it, flex your knees a little bit. Drop your hands even more. Have that toe sticking right up. Go on. A little bit more. There you go. I actually really like putting like this. Wow. What's that all about? Like I say, it's horses for courses.
Yeah,
there's so different. You're testing your parameters out again. This is what you can do, whether we're teaching or whether we're fitting, or whether you've got Capto and you utilise it for yourself or for your customers. Then it's really, really useful. So obviously got a minus figure now, both in the red. But once again, you managed the change really good. So if you had a low hands position from a fitting perspective, I would flatten that lie off. So it sat, the sole of the club would sit flush to the ground. Yep. And vice versa. High hands, you might go more upright, but actually once again make that sole nice and flush. Because if you're striking in an upright position, you're kind of only hitting half the golf ball, you know, and the same if you go that way. But that can also have, that setup can also have an impact on how much you rotate your hands.
Yep.
So it's finding out what works for you. Good. Any questions on that one?
No, it's sort of.
It's great, isn't it?
It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just knowing.
You could spend hours on this. So this is the thing. So it's not just. It's also a research tool as well. So for me, it's just like, you know, we're always learning. So
yeah.
Good. Let's go back to lab again. Next one up. Let's have a look. So well, now let's just talk a little bit about track and arc.
Okay.
So track is path. So we know if you were looking on a launch monitor, a full swing launch monitor, be thinking about club path. That's essentially what Capto terminology is called track.
Okay.
And then arc is whether you're hitting down or up into it. So if we look at, let's go track. And the other thing I should probably say as well, if I go back to lab, we're not going to go into detail in this particular video, but if you click on any one of these, if I click on track now, it gives you some really, really good graphics. Yeah, and you can play it as well. Okay, so if I play this one, this was your last putt. We can increase the tempo, slow down the tempo. So if I go quarter now, here we go. And all the lines there are giving us different bits of information. We'll go into detail now, like I say, but what I'm trying to draw attention to is whether you're graphic, whether you want to see movement, whether you want to see how you're setting up to it. It's absolutely fantastic. The information here just goes on and on and on. So you're never going to get bored. If I go back to, hang on, how do I get out here? There we are. And other things. So you can look at literally the graphics of how you putt as well. So it's not meant to be exactly how you set up to it, but it is looking at where your kernel is, which is where you rotate around, you know, trying to achieve that pendulum motion. And you can choose different positions here to actually see it. And once again, you can play that. So once again, I don't want to go into the detail of this right now, but it's an incredible piece of software, it's an incredible piece of kit. As long as you calibrate properly, that's the most important bit, then the information is going to be accurate. So let's go back to lab, we'll go to value, we've got lie, let's go selection, and I'll go track. So let's look at that one, confirm. So in to out will be plus, out to in will be minus. So once we're looking at things like, let's say you were missing it to the left all the time, we could look at your track. Is the putter tracking in that direction, or is it your manipulation of the face, which is the main responsibility for that? Now, as with ball flight laws on full swing, club face is king. So where the face is pointing will pretty much override the track. And where you strike on the face has less impact than it would do on a full swing club. But let's see what happens. Let's go out to in. Let's go same hole again on the right hand side, and you're swinging out to in, so you're swinging them left to right. Cool. Instinctively, I mean, you haven't done it very well, of course, but instinctively you've tried to hold the face open because you know it's going to miss left, right? Yeah. And you did miss left. But great example. So -9. Now go the other way. And what you'll try and do now, of course, if you come into out, you're going to try and close the face in order to get the putter actually, actually hold it. So you're into out now. So you need to be closing or shutting the face or holding it in a square position, because you can come inside like this and hold the face square. It will still miss a bit to the right in that case. But so that's something we'll look at from a technique point of view. How you sit, you know, and it all stems, I think, a lot of it's from the original aim. So if you can learn how to aim properly, then there's less corrections to be made. So it's going back to the root cause. And once again, you can fit the putter to give you, give us the setup that we want, so you can aim properly. Good. And one last one. Let's go back to lab, and we'll go to arc, which is in the vertical. Here you can see the graphics. So I think this was your last one. Let's have a little look. And there's, I mean, what Capto does as well, it gives, the green is an ideal. Doesn't mean it's the best way, it's just a very good way. Yeah, so there's lots of different ways of doing it. One of the things I learned recently about it, we talked about acceleration into the ball, okay? And there's and I was guilty of this as well, of thinking actually you accelerate into the ball and through the ball, but actually you build up your speed, and actually you maintain your speed through impact, so you don't get any sort of jump, you know, you can control your distance better. So let's look at arc on your swing. So we'll go value, and we'll go arc. Here we go. Confirm. right? Let's see what happens. This is now vertical, so plus will be up into it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Exactly right. So now give us a down into it as well.
Okay.
And once again, this will be, if you're delivering it consistently, then we're in a good place. That was more of a hit and a more drive down through it, wasn't it? But still up into it and actually better. So where you feel like you're hitting down into it, you're not. You're still up into it.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, these are where you can test the parameters and test the extremes.
Yeah.
So that's Capto in a nutshell. There's, like I say, we touched about 5 or 6 of them in there, of the sort of things you can look at. There's endless amounts of information. Hope that's a really good kind of introduction into what it can do for you as a golfer, what it can do for you if you're a pro looking to teach, or whether you're looking to fit with it as well. Some ideas on how both those things dovetail, which of course is the holy grail, to get the putter right and build a putter that's going to suit a stroke that is ideal for you.